Okay, so for about 2 weeks, I went bye-bye with my mother on a trip. I flew out to her on a Friday, and I got back on a Saturday. And let me tell you about the hellacious fucking upbringing I actually was raised in. 'Cause I realized how conditioned I really was. Um, my mother has her ups and downs. We all do as women. Hey, cool. But she still thinks I'm 12 and I'm supposed to take the disrespect that I've always taken. I don't know more. I proved it to her on the phone a couple of years back, and I've been steadily just standing my ground on it. Well, we gotten close, too close together for too long. I'll put it that way. One of our arguments was about me drinking a drink, and it was Gatorade at that. And I got in trouble for drinking Gatorade. I lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks due to me not eating no more because I got in trouble for drinking. Her starting a fight to where she went and talked to me for 2 damn days and didn't take me nowhere else until we got ready to leave. So I was in a motel jail with no pool, not close enough to go anywhere, just so she could control what I did. Y'all think I'm playing. I realized how conditioned I really was. It breaks my heart, actually, because I know my mom went through a lot of shit when she was little, and I get that certain things you can't fix unless you see it. I get that. But I also get that means that's why you put up with what you put up with from your husband. Because when I tell you we didn't talk for 2 days over a fucking Gatorade, I'm not playing. Worst part is the way she come at me. I reacted. I didn't think before I reacted. I've never hit my mother, so it's not like that. I didn't put my hands on my mother. She didn't put her hands on me. It's just words do hurt too. And I couldn't stop myself because the way she caught me was not me being 41 years old and her with respect. And it was the stupidest shit, like, why are you bitching about drinking something that I'd asked you to make sure I had on my trip? You asked me what I needed. I told you 3 things I needed. One I was bringing for myself, the rest I need help with, and you brought me one of those 3 things instead of 2. And then it's my fault that I drank it. Really? So yeah, I can legit starve myself. I weigh maybe 100 pounds again now. It really doesn't bother me that bad. But it does, too, because I'm like, I worked so hard to gain that weight back, and now it's gone again. All because somebody else's shit. Now I realize why I stay at home and I don't go nowhere. Or I'm here. That's about it. Very few people get to see me. Very few people know where I'm at. Very few people know my hiding spots. And yes, I hide because I isolate. Being around too many people with too much negative or off energy will mess my energy up for a couple days sometimes. It depends on my body that day and how much energy I give it. This trip has messed me up pretty good to the point where my depression has kicked back in because my mother isolated me from my own child this time. She drew a wedge between me and my child this time. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I didn't see my child for the first time in 7 years on this trip. I went to go see my child. I got to see him one time. And then she played victim, that I was the one who was in the wrong. And I haven't talked to my child or seen my child since. And she plays victim pretty well. She always has my whole life. And the worst part is I knew she would. And I still went because I wanted to see my kid. And I told my kid before I left, I said, I really don't want to come. You don't know what I'm about to go through. And he's like, no, Mom, she's fine. Okay. No, it ain't never fine when it comes to me and that. My mother legit resents me for problems I can't even fix. Like, I can't help I was born a girl and your husband left you. That's a you issue at that point. I can't fix that, and I'm not going to. You should never resent your own child. I don't give a fuck if she was born a girl or boy. Fucking an it. You don't resent your child. That's one unconditional love you can, yeah. You're supposed to always unconditional love your children. At least I do. So I don't understand it. No. And I can't fix it. And I'm not going to. Like, I don't bow down to my kids. And I don't expect my mother to bow down to me, but I expect respect from my own parent. And I'll never get that because, like I said, she resents me. And, I mean, I've tried everything I can more than once to fix it. I've tried everything with my father. Can't fix that either. And there's nothing I can do. Pray about it like God. That's it. Like, I've tried working on my relationship with my mom more than once. I've tried working on a lot of relationships I should let go of. Because I refuse to give up on people. I refuse to give up because I love people. And I see that there is better in them. And there is better ways. And I refuse to give up. That's the problem. And now I see some people you have to. When you abuse your own children, it sucks. But when your children abuse you because you are too kind to them, that really sucks too. And you know what? Most people who don't have abusive parents have abusive children. And I'm sorry. Not a lot of us have healthy relationships with our parents. A lot of us don't, actually. But if you look at your parents' relationship with their parents and then your relationship, it's either the opposite or it's spot on the exact same. Either you tried to make it different or they put you through the same thing you put your child through. And see, that's the difference to me is I didn't want that for my children. I knew I was abused when I was little. I just didn't know how much conditioning my parents really did put me through. And I don't mean one or two, I mean all four of them. My parents both got remarried. Like, the conditioning for the abuse that I took later on in life from my partners explains a lot. Like, every time me and my ex would fight, I'd put up with it for a while before I'd call Mom. Then I'd call her, have her come save me or whatever. And then she would start a fight to get me back out of her house because she didn't want me there. And it sent me right back to the abuse I was already going through prior. And that's supposed to be child love? Unconditional children love? Yeah, I know. I would never send my kid back. I'd never let my kid put up with it. Just amazes me. But I mean, there's only so much you can do. If you've been through abuse and you look back at the conditioning you've been put through, learn to break it. You can. You know, the worst part is my phone plays spiritual shit, cooking shit, and narcissistic shit. That's not what my newsfeed is on my Facebook. And my mother's like, oh, you're telling your story. Why are you telling blah, blah, blah? And you're like other people post. Why would it bother you when I post on my Facebook when my Facebook is not my story? My YouTube is. My TikTok is. Not my Facebook. My Facebook is to help anyone going through narcissistic abuse for the most part without me calling them out. Because if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Just FYI.